Hi class, it's Professor Woodley. I wanted to do a quick demo for you. I'm just going to do one object. Speaking of value, um, I am going to do this glass. So we'll get started. I don't want to have the video to be too long. So I'm going to draw the simple shape of the glass. So I come here, come around here. And then glass comes up here, about right up here. My circle is a little bit wide, and then I also have a circle here in the middle. So we'll just make this continue up this way. Actually, we want to get this pretty even. So we'll make that come that way. So that's pretty even. And it doesn't quite come to a point. But there we go. Maybe make that a little bit wider. All right, take a little bit of this off. Ooh, what happened there? I didn't find a clean spot. So we'll take a little bit of this off, take a little bit of this off. So we have a clean spot to work with. This is our line here. All right, so there's my glass. The inside of the glass, it actually starts about so we do want this to come around that way. We do want this to come around this way. And then there's like that little scoop right there. So let me go ahead and get rid of, I'm hearing helicopters. Let me go ahead and get rid of all this, and then we can figure out where we need to be. So about right here, this comes here. So a small little circle that kind of fades there. So there's that. And then you have all of these different values in the glass. So we have the rim of the glass, we have the sides, and then we have the bottom part with all sorts of reflections. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna just kind of match the values. I'm gonna use a 4. A 4 is pretty neutral. That's a 6. We don't want the 6. We'll save that for last. That's an HB. Where's my 4? Okay. So I'm going to use the 4 to kind of, and actually, let me sharpen this real quick. Good to have a good sharp graphite. Okay. So what I want to do, I'm looking at the side of the glass. And I see a value here. Okay. So I'm going to establish that value. I'm also going to establish the value around the rim of the glass. I just want to go ahead and start to draw what's going on there. And then there's quite a bit going on from my viewpoint. This is a little bit darker right around this corner here. And then I'm not even going to draw anything in the back because from where I'm looking, well, there is like a value like under there. under that white part. Okay. So we can always take away where we need to take away. So there's that. There's this. There's a part of that that's really dark. And then this kind of fades off. This is gonna go this way. It gets thicker as you get toward the bottom. And then it runs into this little curve here. Okay. Some of this is a lot darker. And this actually is a bit thicker down here. And then this goes this way and comes back up. And I'm trying to go through this swiftly because a lot of the times when you don't think about it, there's some strange stuff going on here. Let's just see what we come up with. This by no means, guys, is something that I'm trying to make uber perfect. However, I still wanted to have some degree of naturalistic quality so that you'll be able to see. Okay. All right, and then there's a little bit of some value here. This is darker. And then that's lighter. A lot of this is also going to depend on how we want this to come out just a little bit. What your glass is leaning up against, because there are some reflections in here that need to be paid attention to. They need to be considered. And you have to sit. I have to sit in the same spot. I have to sit in the same spot. Now I'm drawing from where I am. I'm drawing on the table. So there's a line that goes here. It's gonna go through there, and it's gonna go off the page, right? So there's another line that goes here, goes up, and then the table kind of, there's another line that goes right beyond there. All right, so that's my table. So now in continuing, I'm seeing like a little bit of a reflection over here. There's kind of like something going on right there. I just want to put that there to acknowledge that it's there. And then there's something going on right here that we may want to acknowledge. Again, something going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this in. That's kind of light. When we get here, it gets darker. This circle gets darker as you come over here. And it's kind of a thin line. So we want to, and it gets wider and a little bit lighter. As we come around, okay? And then there are some little highlights here that will capture those. And then there's a shadow. I'm just capturing what I see, guys. Where the shadow gets darker here. And then it actually kind of fades here. So it gets darker here. And then it fades there. And then here's my shadow for the glass here. So we'll take that 6. Where's 6? We'll take the 6 and we'll start to do a shadow here under the 6. And then that's kind of where it fades out. It's going to be a lighter value in a lot of these places. All right. Looking kind of messy, but we're coming into something here. So, oh, there's something going on here too. There's a little ring spot going on here too. Okay. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to start to add value and take away value. Here I'm looking at this. And I think the best way to handle this is to just fill in and then take away, like reduce. So I'm going to fill this in and I'm going to go ahead and start to reduce this, like take away some of what's going on based off of what I see. So first of all, let's say there's some lighter stuff going on here. And then here, we do kind of want to blend this. So here we have that going on. We have that going on. We have a shadow here. We have this going on. We have a line right here. We want to kind of blend all that's going on here. We want to come around here. And then we want kind of a light little film over this. So we can add in and take away as we need to. So I'm just kind of taking some of this loose charcoal. And then I'll come back to those little rings that we can see in there. Because what I want you to do, I want you to be able to see. So here it's really dark. What's that? Should have known that was 2B. So that's going to be dark. This is going to be a little bit lighter. And then this is going to be light as well. Okay. Now there are some really light parts around here, and I'm going to need to make my kneaded eraser really light in order to highlight those parts. That being one of them. There's one here on the inside. There's one on the outside. There's some stuff going on the outside here. There's some stuff going on the rim here. I'm trying to use the corner of this. Around the outskirts here. And then again, this is darker here. It's always good to have a wide range of value. So there's that. And then there's that. There are some things going on here that need our attention. So we got that. This has a pretty significant difference in value there. And then there's something in the middle. So I can take this and just kind of go back here. So we see that. We see how that happens, right? And then that just kind of disappears there. Then I have something going on right in here that curves down, and then there's a bright little something or another there. I have something going on really bright right here. And then I have all of this right here that it's just kind of like these organic shapes that I'm not even going to think about too hard. I'm just going to try to capture what they do. There's that. I have something in the middle going on here. I have, I'm going to lighten this up a little bit just to give another range and value. Now it's starting to come together. It's starting to look like a glass, an actual glass. So let me get this eraser. Try to sharpen this up a little bit. Try to sharpen this up a little bit. So I do want to do my shadow. So that being said, I want my 6B, and I want to go ahead and continue this, but I want to establish my shadow as being like right here. Okay. And then I'll blend that a little bit and then I'll take away, because there are some lighter parts here, some reflections that we definitely want to capture. Got to capture those reflections. Yeah, got to capture those reflections. This is one of the spots that we need to capture, but I wanted to fill in this part first. And then we'll come back and lighten all of the parts that we need to lighten up. Okay. So this is really kind of for me, it's kind of a thoughtless process. I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just going off of my instincts and what I see. And then as I look more, you always want to check and look to see what you can do to make it even more accurate. When you think you're done, check again, because 9 times out of 10, there's something else that could happen that would make this drawing even better. Okay, so I got my 2 dots there. I have what I have going on there, and then I have the brightness here. I have a little less brightness there. There's some lighter parts that need to happen right in here that kind of show the reflection of the glass. And then this is the part that, let me use my other eraser. This is the part that we want as a reflection. This is the lighter part of that we want to show as a reflection. And this is gonna go like almost all the way up here to capture that reflection, guys. Yes. So that's a bit of a reflection there. It kind of fades and gets darker, but I have no outlines, as you know. I'm capturing what's on the inside here. So I want to capture what's going on here, but I want to just kind of match the value here, right? So I'm not trying to do anything too dark here. And then there's something here that's going on. There's another ring on the table that's going on right here. I don't know if that's doing the drawing justice, but we do want it to show. We want to show everything that we possibly can. And then there's, you know, some lightness going around here. Okay, so this is going to be my glass. This is my glass. So this is just a quick lesson on a value drawing of a glass, reflections, things like that, things you need to pay attention to. Some of you did some glass and you did a really good job on them, so I'm really proud of you for that. But I wanted to give you a quick another value drawing for your next assignment, because you're going to be rearranging your still life from the previous assignment and redoing, well, actually creating another drawing of that still life rearranged. So it should look totally different, or it should look like you rearranged it. The first drawing should look different than the second one. Okay? All right. Happy drawing and looking forward to seeing what you come up with.